Hi everyone, my name is Romeo Nguyen, and today we'll be talking about greenhouses. Greenhouses are intensive farming systems that are designed to achieve high efficiency and productivity year-round by maintaining the environment at optimum levels. In the picture to the right, there are four major commercial greenhouse designs seen in different regions of the world. The one labeled A is a Venlo style, the one labeled B is a solar greenhouse, the one labeled C is the Parral style, and the one labeled D is the gutter-connected polyhouse. Greenhouses are structures that are covered with transparent material called glazing or cladding material, which protects the crops from undesirable weather along with pests. In the chart below, there are different types of glazing materials with their respective properties. According to this chart, glass is the most durable, with rigid plastic being the second most durable, and plastic film being the least durable. Greenhouses can be made from a variety of materials and can use other types of technology like artificial lighting, smart temperature control devices, irrigation systems, and artificial or active heating methods. So how do greenhouses work? These farming systems are effective at producing crops year-round due to the amount of control that it offers. Since greenhouses have ventilation systems, which can be used to circulate air and prevent the buildup of heat and humidity, crops can be grown in the heat of summer. The same crops that wouldn't have done so well if they weren't in the greenhouse. In addition, crops can be grown in cold climates by both natural and active methods of heating. Natural methods of heating include shortwave radiation from the sun, where insulation keeps the heat within the greenhouse, and geothermal heating, where the greenhouse is heated from beneath. Artificial lighting can also be used to provide the necessary amount of light for a certain crop to grow. So if you want to grow short day crops, but you're in a region where you have more light, your days are longer, then you can use greenhouses to grow those short day crops. Hydroponics can also be used inside a greenhouse where plants are grown using soilless or water culture techniques, like seen in the picture to the right. A greenhouse can be tailored to the grower's needs, which further improves the productivity. How are greenhouses used? Greenhouses are used in commercial agriculture, where many crops, including tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers, are grown on a large scale in greenhouses for commercial production. Greenhouses lengthen the growing season and boost harvest by providing a controlled environment in which crops can thrive all year. Greenhouses are also used in horticulture and by nurseries and garden centers because of the suitable environment for plants. By providing the optimal growing conditions, high-quality flowers and shrubs can be produced and sold. Greenhouses are also used in home gardening, and affordable ones can be built with materials or bought pre-built, which allows homeowners the ability to grow herbs, vegetables, and plants year-round. This saves the homeowner money on groceries and allows the option of growing plants despite unexpected weather changes, like heavy rainfall or heavy winds. Greenhouses are also used in research, as they offer precise control, which allows researchers and scientists to study the effects of different environmental factors on plant growth. The enclosed environment can also be used to study the effects of different pests as well. If you have a big enough greenhouse, you can essentially have a smaller enclosed area in that enclosed area, and you can test for different pests and the effects of pests on a variety of crops. What are the costs and savings of using a greenhouse? The financial cost of starting a greenhouse may depend on the crop you are growing and the region that the greenhouse will be located at. If there are extreme weather patterns, then the cost will be more expensive as you may have to install more infrastructure to combat that, which also comes with more labor. In addition, the size of the greenhouse will have a big impact on the initial cost. Commercial greenhouses can cost anywhere from $25 to $50 per square foot. The cost of a commercial greenhouse will vary depending on the level of automation and technology that is incorporated. In addition to building the actual greenhouse, there are other costs like heating, cooling, lighting, irrigation, and the maintenance and repair costs that will come. If you live in a region that is hot, you may have to install cooling and ventilation systems. If you live in a region that is extremely cold, you may have to install heating systems. This will overall increase the cost. Below I have different examples of greenhouses that are sold from the same company. The left one offers steel framing and an exterior dual motor blackout system, which essentially allows you to cover the greenhouse completely without any light leaks. And it also comes with SolarRig woven poly coverings. The middle one offers the same size, but it also offers different sidewall ventilation systems and polycarbonate end wall cladding. The last one, and most expensive one, is modular, meaning you can buy multiple ones and connect them to each other. It offers a gutter design, automated ridge vent, which is ideal for hotter climates, insulated double poly roof and sidewalls, and everything that the other two have. For homeowners, greenhouses can either be built from materials which will be cheaper or bought from another person or company. One looking to invest in a greenhouse for their home can expect to spend anywhere from $500 to $5,000, depending on the size and materials used. A simple greenhouse can be made of PVC or in an aluminum frame and covered with polyethylene plastic or polycarbonate panels, which can cost between $500 to $1,500. A larger and sturdier greenhouse made of a wooden frame and covered with tempered glass or polycarbonate panels can cost between $2,000 to $5,000 or even more. A very simple greenhouse used for just protecting the crops from the environment costs just under $100. Continuing on from what I was saying on the last slide, we can see different examples of different types of greenhouses at different prices. The cheapest option can protect the plants from the environment, like wind and heavy rainfall, and can improve humidity in dry areas. The $800 option is bigger and includes an aluminum frame and polycarbonate sheets. The most expensive option is the biggest and includes a wooden frame and polycarbonate roof and wall panels. I included the bottom option to show you all just how much the price can vary. Just the wooden frame of the greenhouse you can get for $262, and you can cover it with polyethylene plastic, essentially saving you almost thousands of dollars. You can have a greenhouse that looks identical to the most expensive one shown here. Although greenhouses provide us with year-round food, it also has ecological effects. The energy required to run a greenhouse, particularly for heating and cooling, can contribute significantly to greenhouse gas emissions. If the energy is derived from non-renewable sources, such as coal, oil, or natural gas, the greenhouse gas emissions associated with producing and consuming those resources can contribute to climate change. However, by using renewable energy sources such as solar or wind power to power the greenhouse gas emissions can be greatly reduced or even eliminated. In addition, large-scale commercial greenhouses will require laborers to help maintain the plants being grown. Even with automation, large-scale production will still require workers. If you are using a greenhouse at home, then most likely you are the only laborer. In addition, all greenhouses should be inspected for any pests that could have gained entrance through vents, doorways, openings in the greenhouse, clothing, or equipment. So who uses greenhouses? Well, in fact, a lot of people actually use greenhouses for a variety of different reasons. Researchers and educators often use greenhouses to run experiments on factors that affect plant growth. At Cal Poly Pomona, we have greenhouses that are used to run experiments and to study. In addition, nursery owners and garden centers use greenhouses to grow the crops at the same place they are selling them. Commercial farmers and gardeners also use greenhouses that come in a variety of different shapes and sizes. By investing in a greenhouse, commercial farmers can grow crops they wouldn't been able to before due to growing seasons and weather. Homeowners can also capitalize on greenhouses by growing their own food and saving money on gas and groceries. Community gardens also use greenhouses in order to support year-round growing and can be found in urban, suburban, and rural areas. On the picture of the left, we have a farm company and their greenhouse. On the picture in the middle is Home Depot's garden center. The picture on the right is actually a greenhouse located at Cal Poly Pomona. So what problems do greenhouses solve? When growing outdoors, you are limited to the seasons and weather conditions. Greenhouses can effectively solve this problem through temperature control tactics like ventilation or heating systems, giving the freedom of year-round growing. If greenhouses are regularly cleaned and disinfected, like they should be, then it can help with pests and diseases. Outdoor farming is subjected to insects and pest damage as well as other creatures. With a greenhouse, insects are less likely to enter the growing area. With regular insect inspections, the chances of insects entering are even lower. By incorporating integrated pest management techniques, greenhouse growers can significantly reduce pesticide use. By properly maintaining optimal conditions for a specific crop, a greenhouse grower can use water more efficiently. Growing crops without any protection from the weather may cause a plant to use more water. For example, like in the summer, crops need more water due to higher heat. On the other hand, growing crops in a controlled environment allows plants to use water at a consistent rate. Now that we're getting to the end here, let's talk about the pros and the cons of greenhouses. Starting with the pros, greenhouses allow year-round growing. You can grow summer crops in the winter, you can grow winter crops in the summer. If your region is accumulated to short day plants, you can grow long day plants, and vice versa. It gives you a lot of versatility as a farmer. In addition, it protects crops from the harsh environment like heavy rainfall, heavy winds, heavy snow, and can also protect from possible drift that can occur from neighboring farms. Greenhouses gives total control over the growing area. In addition, it allows research and development of plant species. And all of this in return provides both economic and social benefits. Moving on to the cons. The production and operation of large-scale commercial greenhouses can indirectly contribute to greenhouse gas emissions through energy use. If not properly maintained, greenhouses can actually be a breeding ground for pests and diseases. And even though greenhouses allow year-round growing, not every single plant can be grown in greenhouses. Some plants require more space that a greenhouse can offer, or humidity levels of a certain plant cannot be reached from a greenhouse. In addition, cost of building, heating, cooling, equipment, labor, and maintenance can be expensive. However, if you are just a homeowner, I believe building an affordable greenhouse may not have any cons at all, except the initial cost. Thank you for your attention.